This opening move is popular for its versatility and control of the center, creating good attacking chances by starting with an off-balance opening. White adds extra support to the center and develops the knight. E6 creates an opening for the dark squared bishop and opens a new diagonal for the queen. D4 offers to trade the more important central D4 pawn for the C5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. C takes D4 gives black 2 central pawns versus 1 central pawn for white. Knight takes D4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having 1 central pawn versus black's 2 central pawns. A6 prepares for a B5 pawn push to gain space on the queen side and stops the white pieces from using the B5 square. Knight C3 develops the knight, supports the E4 pawn, and controls the D5 square. B5 takes space on the queen side and prepares to fianchetto the light-squared bishop to B7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. Bishop D3 develops the bishop, supports the E4 pawn, and prepares castling. Black develops the bishop and attacks the center. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This is an equal trade. A straightforward recapture. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. The correct move to safety. This moves the knight to safety. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. The best option was to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. The correct move to safety. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This leads to losing a pawn. This is the way to win a pawn. Right on target. That was a free knight. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. That pawn was free for the taking. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. The better move was to move a bishop to safety. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This moves the bishop to safety. The best option was to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This blocks an attack on a bishop. The best option was to move a bishop to safety. A clear recapture. The correct move to safety. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. This threatens to checkmate the king. This wins material. Very precise. That was a free rook. This evades the check from the queen. This is the only move that works. This move puts the queen on a safer square. That was a free pawn. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A straightforward recapture. A very strong play. With the rook now developed as well, white has all pieces ready for action. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. The clearly correct move for a threatened pawn. Now white can't stop black from winning material if they make the right moves. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. Capturing while sacrificing the rook was the right idea. This wins material. This removes a bishop that was threatening to win material. That rook was free for the taking. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking queen. This places a rook on the 7th rank, where it can be highly active. Right on target. This evades the check from the queen. This passed pawn is a strong asset for white. This wins a pawn. This threatens to checkmate the king. Very precise.